I'm Shrishti Saha for MPSF Sports, and joining me today is the men's volleyball head coach at Concordia, Chris Seiffert. Chris is a former Long Beach State setter who was a three-time AVCA All-American and was also in the U.S. national team for 5 years, defeating France and winning the gold medal at the 2001 World University Games. He has coached Tees Cornelison and Christian Galoppo, who were also named to the MPSF All-Freshman team in 2024 amongst many other accomplishments. It's a pleasure to have you here today, Chris.
Shrishti, thanks
So
for having me. Appreciate it.
of course, yeah. So what has the transition been like for you from assistant coach to interim head coach? And are there any unexpected challenges or rewards in making that switch?
No, I think mainly the workload, the entire workload, I think is been the most difficult transition. But but other than that, everyone has been really receptive to the transition. Most importantly, the administration and most importantly, the student athletes. So the guys have been great and they've responded really well and are continuing to do an amazing job of um, trying to implement what I'm asking them to do on a daily basis, and I'm asking a lot, and so it's been really great to see their progress and see each of them flourish to become the best version of themselves.
That's amazing. So you mentioned workload. Is that more administrative or is that more in terms of practice?
Yeah, I think it's more administrative. It's all
Okay.
inclusive, and it was. I mean, I went from a part-time assistant, so it was really easy to clock in and clock out, and be asked to only do the things that I was probably most passionate about, and now it's a all-encompassing responsibility. So there isn't a whole lot of clocking out, but it's all worth it, and it's what I want to be doing, and it's where I want to be doing it at. So it's all good things.
That's great. That's wonderful. It's a great promotion, and I think it's super rewarding. Have you set any specific goals for your team this season, and how are you planning on achieving them?
Yeah, it's I'm always careful with goals, and I do like to be specific, but I'm other than specific quantifiable goals, I'm always encouraging the student athletes to always be working diligently towards becoming the best possible version of themselves. Really working on a daily basis to maximizing their individual potentials as athletes. I think that's all you can ever do as an athlete. There isn't anything more than that. So I think that that pursuit is honorable. Other than that, we do have a fairly courageous goal for ourselves. This squad, this team, Concordia University of Irvine men's volleyball team in 2025 has decided to become the best ever in its NCAA history, and that's a pretty pretty high goal, pretty high
Mhm.
standard set for yourselves, because there's been a
For
lot of good
sure.
teams that have come before us, and for us to put that out there, is a lot. But I don't think that's too far-fetched. I think that's a very achievable and realistic goal for the team that we have this year, and the talent that we have in the gym. And so it's been an incredible journey so far to watch these guys grind every day and work towards incremental improvement, however minute, and perseverating through that pursuit.
That's wonderful. I mean, progress is progress, and you'll be going in the right direction, regardless. So, speaking of talent, who should we be looking out for this season? Who are some of your top players?
Well, I think it's difficult. This is probably the biggest difficulty I have, or the biggest challenge I have this year is the total collective talent that we have on this team, and so it's difficult for me to name names
Mhm.
because we have so much, and I'm not certain who are going to be the bigger contributors. I think that's going to happen organically this year.
Mhm.
But I think the key returners we have, like you mentioned, are Tees and Christian. And
Mhm.
I think those are going to be some familiar faces coming from that got a lot of time on the court last year. But we have a lot of newcomers, and I think and some transfers from some big institutions and from across the globe. And so it's been interesting going through the recruiting process and the transfer portal. I think we've really found a niche for or players at really bigger, I would say bigger institution or historically more successful institutions that maybe aren't getting the opportunities and the looks that they feel that they deserve at these institutions. And coming to Concordia, I feel like I can really provide those opportunities for them.
That's great. That's wonderful. In terms of Christian, I mean, he is an all-rounder. He's been incredible in your past few games. Are there anyone like I know you said it's already hard because you've just started as well this season, but is there anyone you have potentially thought of that might be someone that we should be looking out for?
Oh,
Okay.
many players. I think probably the biggest impact so far this year has been CJ
Okay.
Osaho,
Mhm.
aka Carbon Jump. That's his handle, his
Mhm.
Instagram. So he's off to a very impressive start, and his development has been crazy since he's been
Mhm.
here. He came to us via playing club volleyball at Houston, the University of
Oh,
Houston.
okay.
So he came from intramurals to Concordia, and it's been a lot. His growth has been really fast and on a very steep curve, and so it's been a steep incline, and so it's been really great to see him progress and continue to progress with every practice and every contact, really. But he's really come out strong here in the beginning of the season, so it's been impressive to watch him play.
Yeah, no, it's been so incredible reading about him too. He's got impressive stats and he just seems so incredibly unstoppable. And I'm personally really excited to keep seeing what he does. His past few games have been incredible. Um, and then I guess finally, the main part of this, how does the MPSF benefit you and Concordia and your players?
Well, I think it's awesome because the MPSF is the strongest men's volleyball conference in the country.
Mhm.
And that comes with some big challenges for us as well. But all of our athletes want that experience, want to compete against the absolute best volleyball players in the country, and the NPSF provides that for them. And so we're happy to have them here in Concordia, and Concordia is really excited to be continuing part of the NPSF conference, and I was even fortunate to play in the conference as well, so I'm very familiar with it, and
Mhm.
it's had a legacy of championships and continues to produce champions, whether it's Olympic champions this summer or continued national championships in the NCAA. So it's awesome, and it's growing. We're gaining more men's volleyball teams this year in Vanguard and Menlo, and potentially more in the future. So it's an exciting time to be a part of such growth for men's volleyball at such a high level. And at Concordia, we're just we're extremely happy to be a part of it all.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you noticed any sort of growth and difference, but I guess you kind of answered that. Thank you. So we've been talking to Concordia head volleyball coach Chris Seiffert. He and his team have two back-to-back games tonight against Springfield and tomorrow against DUville. Coach, thank you so much for joining me today on MPSF Sports. We look forward to following you all season here at the MPSF for MPSF Sports. I'm Shrishti Saha.